Now we are going to look at for loop. For loop. This is one of your friends' code. One of your friends' code. If you are doing a loop condition, right, it's very important you use as less checking as possible. Okay? As less checking as possible. As less checking as possible. Can anyone tell me what is the reason why we need to use as less checking as possible inside the loop? Can anyone answer me? If you can answer me, right? If you can answer me why you need to use as less checking as possible, right? You can go home already, okay? You can go back home already. You don't need to come to my class already. You're already pro already. Can anyone tell me why? Answer me. Who can answer correct? You can dismiss already, okay? I'm not looking for this answer. I want to explain more human. I want you to explain using a normal language, okay? Don't use efficient. Tell me using a layman term, like simple language. Why? Why do we need to do less checking? I also mentioned it just now in the beginning. I also explained already. I'm not going to look at save energy. What do you mean by save energy? What do you mean by save time, save energy? Any more answer? I'm looking for a perfect answer. 5 more seconds, no one can answer, then I will reveal to you. Not about bug, not about bug. Okay? For those who just come in, right? I explain one more time. I'm asking the question why you need to do as less checking as possible in a loop. Okay? Let me tell you the answer. Okay? Why do we need to do as less checking as possible? I'm going to give a scenario. Say if you are processing a file. Okay? Say if you are processing a file. What happens? Say if the example, right? This row length is 1,000. 1,000 line of text. 1 million. 1, 10, 100,000, 10,000. Okay? Say if you are processing 10,000. Say if you got 10,000 row. What happened? What happened to this checking? If you got a lot of checking like this one, if you got a lot of checking like this one, can you see this inside this for loop, right? Inside this for loop, right? You see this checking? Can you see this checking? You need to check this 10,000 times, you know. You need to check this 10,000 times, you know, in each loop. Then you need to check this condition again 10,000 times, you know. Then you need to check this condition 10,000 times, you know. Okay? This is why the reason I say you need to do as less checking as possible. How do you fix this code? How do you fix this code? If in every loop, right, in every loop you need to make sure your search number is more than 0, how can you fix this? How can you fix this code? I teach you. You need to bring this part, right, out in the loop, okay? Outside the loop. If the search number is more than or equal to 0, then only you are going to look for the checking, okay? This part I'm not sure you can bring out or not. Later when we practice our question 4, then we will able to see, okay? So that's why we need to do as less checking as possible. Do I make myself clear? Do you understand now why you need to do as less checking as possible? This condition is just something like this, just something like this, okay? Just something like this. This one, the condition is slightly like this. The condition is slightly like this. You need to move your dd less than equal to 31 to your parent, okay? Move it to be a parent. And this is the parent, this is the parent, this is the child. The condition is something like this. Hey, you guys need to follow. You guys need to follow my footstep. If you don't follow, right, later you're not able to catch up already. If you cannot follow, you better stop me from now on. Okay? If not, if I go further, you cannot tag in already, then it's bad for you. So if we are going to draw this for loop into a flow chart, right, it's something look like this. Then initialize. What you do is, this one is called initialize. You initialize integer I is equal to 0. Okay? You initialize I equal 0. Then this is your condition. Okay? This is your condition. We call this as condition. So if your I is less than row length, like what happens is it's going to execute the code. This code is code. The code is in here. Okay? So you're going to execute the code in here. The code is executed in here. But I didn't put any code. That's why you only see I++ only. So you're going, after you execute the code, right, then you're going to increment it. I++. I++ is this one. I++. It's called as a post increment. I repeat 2 times already. It's called as post increment. Post increment meaning it add 1. So I become 1. I become 1 already. Then I become 1. Then you're going to loop again. After you loop, right, say our row length is 10,000. 10,000. So you're going to loop again. This become 2, 3, 4, up until 10,000. Not inclusive this one. 10,000. Not inclusive, okay? So after if we reach 10,000, right, if I is 10, let's say our I is 10,000 already. So if I is 10,000 already, is 10,000 less than 10,000? Is 10,000 less than 10,000? The answer is false. The answer is false. So if 10,000 is not less than 10,000, then it complete the loop. The loop is complete already. I'm sorry to use a big number. Later we will look at smaller number, okay? I'm sorry to use a big number. Later I will use a smaller number for example. Now you only have to take in the concept why you need to do as less checking as possible in your looping. No matter your do while loop or while do loop or for loop, so long it's a loop, so long it's a recursion, you are not going to learn recursion. So long it's a loop, so long it's recursion, right, you need to do as less checking as possible. This is the ground rule to write an efficient code. I'm not saying this one is wrong, okay? you can still get your result, you can still get your answer, but this is very inefficient. If I'm the teacher, I will deduct your mark.